Hello, good morning, good afternoon, I guess. I'm Larry Jr. Like you guys know from my name, Emily, Hood. And I was kind of racking my brain around trying to think what I would say. I know a lot of people wrote down some eloquent words. I'm following behind some wise people. I was talking to my son the other day, and we were talking about my father, and he was saying how he'd always tell with kid would hear stories from him about with anecdotes with a moral to it or a theme or a lesson he's supposed to learn or something he's supposed to get out of it. And I was like, yeah, I remember those stories. Some of y'all might have heard some of them, I know. So I thought I'd start out with an anecdote. One of my childhood memories, when I was a kid, it was around birthday times all the time. And my mom would bake cakes and we'd be ready for a birthday party later on in the day. And I always see, by the end of the day, by the time the birthday started, there's always a fingerprint in the cake. Like every year, for years. But we had found out, we all knew who it was at one point. But my little brother. And it's like, I don't remember the cakes, I don't remember the frosting all the time, I don't remember if it was chocolate, or I always remember a fingerprint in the cake. And that's kind of what impressed me right now, like during this time, was there's like so many stories, so many things. And it's like that icing and the type of cake it was, but one thing you do remember is the impression that was left. All different parts of our life. I was talking to my sister and she said, I remember just going outside and throwing the football. She claims she doesn't tell like a girl anymore. I don't know, we had to put that to the test. Let's see. But my brother was telling me how to go out to eat, to drive around, throwing baseball mitts. But I can only kind of think about like me personally, like what did I go through or my experiences with my father. And I realized there's a lot of impressions he had put upon me. He loved movies. I don't know how many times I had to watch Roots. I think once is enough, but like my father, I watched it many times. Shaka Zulu, Lori, Malcolm X. So it's interesting when I hear that other people share that he liked history so much because those are all the movies we watched. I knew I was in for a long day. I'm like, just don't let it be Roots again. Those are rough. You gotta watch everything. I mean, and everybody was Chicken George and Kizzy and But that probably is where I get my fascination with history. I really like history. I like talking about it to this day. I mean, I teach it. So it's like, that's one way I can say, hey, my father had left his impression. My sister loved to sing. My father loved to sing. You always hear music around the house. One of them was singing somewhere. My sister said she always remembers when he was singing out in public, at restaurants or something. She gets so embarrassed. My son was telling me how my father was beating in ping pong in the basement. I was like, yeah, I remember playing my father in ping pong. He's like, did he beat you? I was like, he beat me. He didn't take it easy on you either, though. He was first one. He's like, come on, Dad. I'm new to this. You gotta put the English involved. But just listening to everybody speak today, I really like seeing that he had left an impression on all of us here. From familiar stories like Swoop, I don't know how many times I heard Swoop Man. That was wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I mean, you just hear that, you just see where he left his mark. His brothers, his sisters, nephews, his children, his grandchildren. My father liked to joke. I like to joke. My son loves to joke. It just keeps moving on. So it's like you might have passed on, but you left a lot with us.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.